Hello friends, welcome back to my channel NV Times. Today we will discuss about FAQ on GST payment through Challan or how to generate the Challan. So before start the video, I request you please like, share and subscribe this channel and stay with us end of the video. How do the new payment system benefits the taxpayer and the commercial tax department? No more queues and waiting for making payments, as payments can be made online 24/7. Instant online receipts for payments made online. GST practitioners can make payments on behalf of the clients. Single challan form to be created online, replacing the 3 or 4 copy challan. Revenue will come earlier into the government treasury as compared to the old system. On greater transparency, online payments made after 8 p.m. will be credited to the taxpayer's account on the same day. Can I make a GST payment through a physical challan? No, physical challans will not be accepted for the payments of GST. Payments can be made only by the challans generated through the GST portal. Are manual challans applicable as allowed currently under the existing VAT regimes? Manual or physical challans are not allowed under the GST regime. It is mandatory to generate challans online on the GST portal. How many types of challans are prescribed for various taxes and payments to be paid under the GST regime? There is single challan prescribed for all taxes, fees, penalties, interest and other payments to be made under GST regime. How many challan can be created in a day? There is no limit to the number of challans that you can create in a day. I created a challan and later realized that I created the challan with the incorrect amount. Can I go ahead and make the payment using the same challan but making the payment with the correct amount at the bank's portal? No, any change in the amount of the challan will not be allowed on the bank's portal after generation of CPIN. You will need to generate a new challan for any change in amount. The challan with incorrect data, if unused, will automatically expire after 15 days. If a if I misplace the printout of my challan, who should I contact to get a duplicate challan? There is no need to keep the copy of challan as all the records will be available at the GST portal. You can get a copy of the same from the dashboard and then click on services and then click on payments and then click on challan history section of the GST portal. Can a taxpayer issue one check or demand draft DD for the total amount for multiple challans? No. A separate check or DD has to be issued for each and every challan separately. What are CPIN, CIN and BRN? CPIN or Common Portal Identification Number is created for every challan successful generated by the taxpayer. CIN or Challan Identification Number is generated by the banks once payment in lieu of a generated challan is successful. BRN or Bank Reference Number is the transaction number given by the bank for a payment against a challan. How long is the CPIN valid? What will happen if my CPIN expires? The validity period for a CPIN is 15 days. You cannot make GST payments once a CPIN expires. Additionally, date of expiry for the generated challan is clearly mentioned on the challan for your convenience. If a CIN has been generated, is it proof that payment has been made and will the amount paid be credited to cash ledger? Yes, a generated CIN is proof that the payment has been made successfully, and yes, the amount paid will be credited to the cash ledger. What should be done in case I have already generated a challan to make an offline payment in a bank but now wish to make an online payment? The challan generated to make an offline payment cannot be used for making online payment. In such a case, you may generate a new challan and use e-payment option to make the payment. The challan created to make an offline payment will expire automatically on its expiry date mentioned in the challan. Can an OIDAR registered taxpayer create challan and make payment in all major and minor heads? OIDAR registered taxpayer can generate challan and make payment only under IGST head. CGST, SGST and SES heads are disabled for OIDAR taxpayer while creating challan in both pre and post login mode. The person supplying online information and database access or retrieval services from a place outside India to a non-taxable online recipient may also make the deposit through international money transfer through Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, short में SWIFT payment network. I have generated a challan for making payments. Can I cancel the same? You cannot cancel challan for any mode of payment on the GST portal. Can I perform intra-head or inter-head transfer of amount available in electronic cash ledger? Yes, you can perform intra-head or inter-head transfer of amount as available in electronic cash ledger using Form GST PMT9. Form GST PMT9 enables any registered taxpayer to perform intra-head or inter-head transfer of account as available in electronic cash ledger. Thus, a registered taxpayer can now file Form GST PMT9 for transfer of any amount of tax, interest, penalty, fee or others under one major or minor head to another major or minor heads as available in the electronic cash ledger. Navigate to service, then ledgers, then electronic cash ledger, then file GST PMT9 for transfer of amount option to file Form GST PMT9. Selecting region for challan. What are the options available as the reason for challan? Listed below are the options available as the reason for generating the challan. Monthly payment for quarterly return. All the taxpayers who are filing forms GSTR-3B on quarterly basis and intending to deposit amount towards tax in their case ledger for first and second month of the quarter can generate challan with reason as monthly payment for quarterly return MPQR. Any other payment, any taxpayer monthly or quarterly can generate challan with any other payment AOP reason. Which type of taxpayers persons can select the reason monthly payment for quarterly return while creating a challan? The reason monthly payment for quarterly return for challan pays can be selected by following types of taxpayers oblique persons. Registered taxpayer, normal taxpayer, SES developer, SES unit who are in QRMP scheme. GST practitioners acting on behalf of above taxpayers. Is there any prerequisite for a taxpayer to be able to select the reason for challan as monthly payment for quarterly return. Listed below are the prerequisites for a taxpayer to be able to select the reason for challan as monthly payment for quarterly return. Taxpayers should have quarterly profile with aggregate annual turnover up to Rs 5 crore. Taxpayer must be in the QRMP scheme. Profile selection. If my profile is not selected as QRMP, quarterly returns and monthly payments taxpayer, can I generate challan with reason as MPQR? No. The profile selection as QRMP is mandatory in order to be able to generate challan with MPQR reason. Hence, you must select the profile first. Follow the following link to know more profile selection. Can a monthly filer of returns generate challan as MPQR? No, a monthly filer can generate challan only with the reason any other payment and not MPQR. Period for challan creation. Can I generate a challan for all the 3 months of a quarter with MPQR as reason for creating a challan? No, you can make payments with MPQR reason only for first and second months of the quarter. Can I generate 2 challans for same period with the same reason? Yes, you can generate multiple challans for the same period and with same reason. Challan creation pre-login. What's the prerequisite of creating a challan using pre-login option? You don't need login to be able to select the reason for challan. In case you choose the pre-login option to generate challan, you can directly access the URL www.gst.gov.in and then navigate the services, then payments, then create challan option. Enter your valid GSTIN, other IDs, user ID for unregistered applicants to make any payments and generate challan. Here you will not be able to save a challan in case you choose to generate challan using the pre-login option. Will I be able to deposit an amount towards tax through the challan created using pre-login option? Yes, all the options that are available for post-login are also available in the challan created in pre-login option, including depositing amount towards tax. Where can I check the status of challans that are generated in pre-login? The payments status of all the generated challans in pre-login can be tracked by navigating to services, then payments, then track payment status from the home page of GST Portal without logging in. Challan creation post login. How can I view and select the region for challan using the post login option? You need to access the URL gst.gov.in and log in to the portal using your valid credentials and then navigate to services, then payments, then create challan option. Is the region for challan page different from the one that gets displayed using pre-login option? No, the reason for challan page is similar to the ones that get displayed using the pre-login option. As compared to pre-login, what additional options are available on the Create Challan page when a taxpayer uses the post-login option to create Challan? When a taxpayer uses the post-login option to generate a Challan, the Save and View Ledger Balance buttons get enabled. The saved Challan and Challan history tabs are also displayed on the Create Challan post of post login. Challan page of post login. Here note, save the save. The save button enables the taxpayers to save a Challan before generating the same. The payment can be made later for a saved Challan. Saved Challan. Taxpayer logged into GST Portal can view challans before CPIN is generated, saved during previous 7 days in the Saved Challan tab. Challan History. All the generated challans can be viewed in the Challan History tab along with their payment status and reason for Challan details. Selection of Challan type. Which options are available as types of MPQR challans for taxpayer to select? Taxpayer can exercise any of the below two options to deposit an amount towards tax in the first 2 months of the quarter. 35% challan. This option is also known as the fixed sum method. By choosing this option, a taxpayer can generate a challan pre-populated with 35% of the tax liability discharged from electronic cash ledger in the last filed quarterly Form GSTR-3B. If he/she was already in QRMP scheme during previous tax period, or 100% of the tax liability discharged from electronic cash ledger in the last filed monthly Form GSTR-3B. If he/she was a monthly filer of GSTR-3B during previous tax period. Challan on self-assessment basis. Taxpayer can self-assess his current month's liability net of input tax credit and can generate a challan for the same. I have opted in am already in the QRMP scheme which require filing of Form GSTR-3B return on quarterly basis. What options can I choose from the make deposit payments of taxes? You may choose any of the following two options to deposit amount in your electronic cash ledger in Form PMT6 for M1 and M2 months of the quarter. Fix sum method by generating 35% challan. You don't need to calculate or assess the challan amount when choosing this payment option, as the details will be auto populated and the taxpayer will not able to edit delete the tax or challan amount details. Second is self-assessment method. Here you self-assess your current month's liability net of input tax credit and generate a challan. Here note, for M3 of the quarter, you need to file your return in quarterly Form GSTR-3B, through which you can adjust the amount already deposited in your electronic cash ledger. I have no liability in M1 or M2 of the quarter. In this case, which challan type should I select? No deposit is required to be made by you if you have no liability in M1 or M2 of the quarter, and hence you need not to select any challan type. My electronic cash or credit ledger balance is more than my liability in M1 or M2 of the quarter. In this case, which option should I select for pay challan? No deposit is required to be made by you if your electronic cash or credit ledger balance is more than your liability for M1 and M2 of a quarter. Challan types. 35% challan. What is 35% challan option while creating a challan? 35% challan is also known as the fixed sum method. By choosing this option, a taxpayer can generate a challan pre-populated with 35% of the tax liability discharged from electronic case ledger in the last filed quarterly Form GSTR-3B if he/she was already in QRMP scheme during previous tax period, or 100% of the tax liability is discharged from electronic case ledger in the last filed monthly Form GSTR-3B if he/she was a monthly filer of GSTR-3B during previous tax period. Which type of taxpayers are eligible to select the 35% challan option while creating a challan? The following type of taxpayers are eligible to select 35% challan option while creating a monthly payment quarterly return MPQR Challan. Registered taxpayer, normal taxpayer, sales developer, sales unit who are in QRMP scheme. GST practitioner acting on behalf of the above taxpayers. What are the preconditions of selecting 35% challan option while creating a MPQR Challan? Following are the preconditions for selecting 35% challan option while creating a MPQR Challan. Taxpayer aggregate annual turnover is up to rupees 5 crores. Taxpayer is under QRMP scheme. I furnished my previous Form GSTR-3B return monthly. Am I eligible to generate 35% challan in GST Portal? Yes. Taxpayer who has furnished his/her previous Form GSTR-3B return monthly can exercise 35% challan option if the taxpayer has opted in for QRMP scheme from the current quarter. In this case, he/she has to pay 100% of the tax liability discharged from electronic case ledger in their return in Form GSTR-3B for the preceding month for M1 and M2 months of the current quarter. I selected 35% challan as type of challan while creating the challan. I am, however, not able to edit the details displayed on challan page. Why? 35% challan type is an auto-generated challan and the challan amount is calculated by the system, which cannot be edited. Only when you select the option of challan on self-assessment basis, you will be able to edit the challan amount details. View ledger balance. What does the View Ledger Balance button display? Taxpayers on post login can view the summary of the case balance of case ledger available as on date by clicking the View Ledger Balance button. The amount is displayed measure heads wise, that is IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST and cess. The amount displayed under these heads are non-editable. Thanks for watching. I hope these FAQs are help you. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.